Students usually don't struggle with the formulas. They struggle with the one critical question: should I use permutation or combination? If you can answer that question correctly, you've already won half the battle. Today we'll practice identifying the difference using real-world examples. Here's the golden rule. Does order matter? If the answer is yes, you'll use permutation because different arrangements count as different outcomes. Remember the formula. N permute r will be equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial, where n is the total number of objects and r is the number of objects being selected. If the answer is no, you'll use combination because only the selection itself counts, and the formula n combination r will be equal to n factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial. This single question, does order matter, is the key to choosing the right formula every time. So today we'll go through a series of challenges and we'll determine whether permutation or combination needs to be used. Here's the first challenge. A coach selects a captain and assistant captain from 18 players. In this case, the positions are different. Captain is not the same as assistant captain. So changing who holds which role creates a different outcome. Therefore, permutation is needed. A bookstore recommends 4 books from a collection of 25. The list simply contains 4 books. No positions are assigned here. So the same 4 books in any order is the same recommendation. So we'll need to use combination. In this third challenge, a 4-digit security code is created using the digits 0 to 9 without repetition. So the code 1234, is this the same as 4321? No, it unlocks a different door. And therefore, since changing the order changes the outcome, we'll need to use permutation. In this next challenge, we're choosing electives. A student picks 3 electives from 12 available courses. No rankings, no position, just the selection here. So the same 3 courses chosen in any order is the same schedule. So we'll need to use combination. But what if we have a raffle now? A raffle selects 5 winners from 200 participants. All winners receive the same prize, no rankings. So since the order of selection creates no difference in outcome, once again, we'll need to use combination. And for our last challenge today, 5 different paintings are hung on a wall in a row. Does changing the arrangement create a different display? So let's say that this is arrangement A and this is arrangement B. Clearly we can see that we have a different display. So order matters, and since order matters, we'll need to use permutation because changing the order changes the display. Here's a common trap. What students focus on usually n equals 10, r equals 3, which formula do I use? Students often fixate on the numbers, hoping they'll reveal the answer, but they don't. The situation determines the formula, not the values of n and r. Always ask, does changing the order create a different outcome? If the answer is yes, use permutation. If the answer is no, use combination. Don't start with the formula. The formula is the last step, not the first, but rather understand the situation, and the correct formula becomes obvious. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, math success starts when you stay on the fast track.